So, OBS is being absolutely fucking stupid. Oh, good ever loving lord. Ow, that was my elbow. Ugh. Alright. I'm going to be driven insane. Hmm. Alright. Let's continue where we left off. Ah. I did the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after she flips to her side. But holding it like this would huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels almost like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Moonstone, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more of that it's cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? I... Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? Is her thumb from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Um, I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Hmm. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. And on the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into the bags. I do the same myself. Alright. I need a drink. Ugh. Da-ba-ba-ba-ba. One moment. Alright, guys, one moment. There we go. Alrighty. That was my effing wrist. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. I. Mm, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's. I. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Jerry stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Jerry trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her words against the, She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and I can't speak. Expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Um, well, Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Welcome! Fair. Very fair. This game is not going to make you bored, by the way. It may seem boring right now, but it gets interesting. Welcome, folks. Ready for some giggles? Also, I'm gonna tell you the warnings right now in case you don't want to watch this. Okay. It has gore, murder, technically, in a way, uh, suicide. That's all I can really think of is suicide, murder, and gore. Hi! This game can traumatize people. I was traumatized the first time I ever played it. Alright. Are you talking about hearing slurping from me drinking my soda? Or is that just a random thing? Alright. Do you mind if I read you a poem now? As if that's a rare opportunity for her. Ah. Which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Um, so. Okay. In case anyone can't read cursive, do you want me to read the poem? Uh, okay, so do I need to read the poem? I'm I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Ah, well, I just don't read script very often.
I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even if it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Eerie?
Mm-hmm. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Moonstone.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work.
Oh my god, not you too! I swear on everything holy.
What is with now two people that I know simping for Yuri? In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so
Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
you think so?
Yeah, of course.
Ah, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Moonstone.
Ah, me too. Who should I show my home to next?
This is a good poem, Moonstone. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Uh, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Moonstone. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now, you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Hello! I don't think I will because there's already background music, like from the actual game. So, usually if there's background music, I don't play anything. Especially if it's gonna copyright me. Sayori. This is just a guess, but. Did you wait until morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes and no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Ah, yeah. Hmm. I did not realize the entire time that y'all could not hear the game. Well, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It's okay. Yeah, I mean, normally I would have like some type of music in the background, but like I said, usually if the game already has background music, I don't play anything because then it sounds weird to mix in with the background. It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Ah. Alright. One moment, everyone.
Moonstone, if you're not gonna take this cup seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid,